All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you join us on Making Better Choices. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing. Tell the people who you are, tell the people something about you.
My name is Glenn Pearl. I am currently case manager for the Substance Abuse Center in Kansas, in Wichita. Um, I've been doing that for 13 years now. Uh, I feel like I'm being successful at the job that I'm doing because I believe that the responsibility that I have now is about helping in any way that looks like. And I'll elaborate on that a little further as we go. What I really want to say right now is I appreciate you having me. I appreciate uh, you taking out the time to get with me so I could share a little bit of my story with the people. And congratulations on your success with the book and the things that you're doing right now, young man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Proud of
that.
you too.
Appreciate that. And
Yeah,
you being one of the big homies, you know what I mean, that raised some of us, you know what I mean? We came up under you, you know what I mean? We learned a lot from you. We got a lot of game from you. It is great to get that acknowledgement, but it's also a pleasure for me to grow and come into my own and be able to speak to my homies as well.
that's what's happening. That's
So
exactly what's happening. I see you guys. I see a lot of you youngsters that have come out that were behind me, and I watch you guys grow up, and I watch you as little boys with bad decisions on your back, turning into grown men, showing the skills that you should have been showing the world in the first place. Trust me, I see it. I see all y'all.
And I agree. And I remember, we'll get into it later in this interview. Many a times you trying to advise, teach, instruct, enlighten, open our eyes. And at that time, we was just in the fire. And as they say today, we were active. So, but now that voice of reason always rings loudly. And I'm appreciative every time you did it. So the first question I want to ask you is, what does making better choices mean to you on a personal level?
Right here, right now.
Yes.
Right here, right now.
Yes.
Uh, Something's happening here. Tisha, me myself. When you're talking about making personal choices, you're talking about choices that we're talking about life and decisions that we got to make when we talk about personal choices. That
Right.
means personal choices, that means do I need a job? Do I need to work? Uh do I want a job? Do I want to support a family? Do I want a family? All those decisions. But uh I'm gonna be honest with you. I made all those decisions as a young man. I had kids before I was ready to have them. I got married before I was ready to be married. You know, and then I found out through trial and error. I mean, I was just one of those individuals, and I'm still one of those individuals. If you show it to me, I can do it. But other than that, it's trial and error. It's how I learn. So when you talk about making good choices versus old and new, the old the old was me. When I made choices, it was me. What
Right.
do I get out of this? How do I benefit? But now, if you bring that forward to right now, my line of thinking is I have to consider a whole lot of people when I make decisions now. You dig? I got grandkids. I've got kids. I've got grandkids that are looking up to me and expecting me to do the right thing. I got a wife that's been clinging to me for 13, 14 years based on me doing the right thing. Uh, so there's a whole lot of things involved if I mess up. I mess up for a whole lot of other people that cling to me. You know what I mean? So making choices and good choices is something that I have to do daily, you know.
I have to let you know that I personally admire the maturity and the accountability of you letting other people that are listening and going to watch this video know how important it is to know that you are accountable for those that love you, those that need you, and those that you are in some way impacting their life.
You're absolutely right. That's the responsibility. I mean, my mother, beautiful woman. She knew what the hell she was talking about when she talked to me. But I took all that for granted because I was one of those individuals, like I go back and say, I had to do it myself and see what that result was. I was one of those learners. I could read it in a book all day, but until I actually got out there and got active and saw what it was. So yeah, so for me to get out here and share that with individuals who are headed down that way, or individuals who have to make a decision that's along those lines, man, do the right thing always. Be yourself always and stand on being yourself always. You know what I mean? And we're not born killers. We're not born with ARs in our hands. We're not, these things that are happening. These are learned behaviors, and where they learning from? Where do we learn it from?
True story. True story. True story.
It's
True
time.
story.
It's time to start teaching something else.
Exactly. Hey, and this is an open platform. Speak on it. So, can you share a time when you made a difficult choice that changed your life?
When I made a difficult choice to change my life, I'm gonna tell you what. I don't. I feel it. I feel the question, but like when you say a difficult choice, do you mean like I had time to grovel over it, or do you mean like I got to make a decision right now?
So, in the heat of the moment, you made a choice that changed your life.
Yeah. Okay. So like I didn't have time to grovel over it. I didn't have time to think about it. I had to do what I felt at that time was the right thing to do. Uh, and I'm gonna give you something on this. This is crazy too, because my response to this situation, if my thinking was in line with a lifestyle that was about being productive and growing and producing good fruit, then that decision in the spur of the moment would have been a completely different decision. But based on me not believing in myself, not wanting to be responsible for a damn thing that I did, uh, and I was angry. And on top of that, I got 10, 15 other homeboys that feel the same way, and we see each other every day. So when it came time for us to be frustrated and act out and feel all this pressure that's on our shoulders, we followed along with the negativity, which we pretty much created the negativity for real. We bought into the music, we bought into the videos. MTV was popping back then. Uh, all of those things, we bought into the culture.
Yeah.
That's what they call it now.
Yeah.
But back then, that was a way of life for a whole lot of us. It wasn't just culture. You just didn't put on no Timbos and jeans and just walk out because it was fashion. You dig? When I was, you feel me?
For sure.
It's just fashion and people have glamorized it and all of that. But we have lost people. People have died for, you did, for
Yeah.
them decisions that we was making back then. So
Very true.
I hold myself accountable for that. I misled some folks, and I feel responsible after what I've gone through, what I've learned. Time for me to direct some people the right way, man. And I appreciate the fact that once again that you allow me to do that on your platform, man. I love you for that, man. I appreciate you.
And I'm just counting the blessings and knowing that I, like yourself, come from that way of living. And they say if you knew better, you do better. So now, from that learned behavior that we learned back then, now that I do know better, that's the whole point of this podcast and making better choices.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just want to put on record that me and you come from the same neighborhood, the exact same neighborhood. I just want everybody to know that this is no
Definitely.
clown, this is no clown show. This is real talk.
And then we walk that main line together inside. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yes, indeed.
You know what it is.
So, what's a past decision that you would handle differently today?
I shot them police, man. You know what it is. I talk, that's when I said spur of the moment. That decision changed everything about me. That decision changed everything that had to do with my future. That decision changed everything with my family, how I had to deal with my sisters and brothers, my mama, everything. And that was the spur of the moment decision that I felt. This is crazy now. This is a spur of the moment decision that I felt had to be done. You dig what I'm saying? This is a now thing. But I'm gonna tell you something so crazy about this. After about 10 years of that,
Yeah.
settling down and thinking right, this is what's crazy. I found a million ways out of that situation without having to shoot anybody. You dig what I'm saying?
That's the beauty right there.
I'm gonna repeat that.
Say it again.
If I repeat that,
Say it again.
I found a million ways in that 10 years. I found a million ways that I could have handled that situation without shooting anybody.
And that's something
Okay.
that they need to hear. They need to know.
Yeah. It's real talk.
So, with that being said, how do you forgive yourself for poor choices and move forward?
Whoa, wait.
Because
Now, you
some
talking
people
big boy
dwell.
stuff now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you talking big yeah, you talking big boy stuff now. Uh when you move into a new house, right? You do the best you can when you move into that new house to bring new things into that house. You dig what I'm saying? Unfortunately, a lot of us move into new things and we have to bring the old stuff in with us. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
So my suggestion is like you put all that crap out, you got your new house, you unload the U-Haul, you leave all that crap in the driveway, all of it. And you go through that stuff piece by piece by piece. And there's only one or two decisions to make. We keep it, we throw it away. We're going to keep this or we're going to throw it away. I say that to say this. A lot of the stuff that we took ourselves through, a lot of it, pay attention to me, a lot of it is worth keeping because all of that was survival skills. Every single bit of it. You dig what I'm saying? Now, when you talk about the positivity, you can't talk about the positive side of that. This is crazy. This is life, though. You can't talk about the positive side of that until you go through the negative part of it. You gotta go through this. It's a Hoorah! It's a journey, like life itself. But we got it. We had to go through that.
We did.
Got to go through it.
We did.
No ducking in the situation that we were in. You couldn't duck that situation. You there now. What you gonna do? You there now.
Yeah.
I seen individuals try to duck it, but you can't duck life. You can't hide from life.
You can't. You can't.
You
That's what
can't hide from life, man.
you can't.
And you damn sure can't hide from a situation that you created on your own.
And
It's
that's
about
why
learning, man.
and that's why when throwing caution to the wind, you be careful with the situation that you create. Yeah.
One other thing, when you talk about the choices,
Mm-hmm.
the time that I was making really, really messed up choices in my heart and in my mind, I felt I had nothing to lose in what I was doing. Oh, you understand? I had everything to gain because I wasn't an idiot just out doing stuff.
Right.
Like I said, what was the end for me? What I'm getting out of this? And I felt like I was being rewarded for what I was doing at
Right.
that time until I realized now and having, hindsight,
Very true.
it doesn't weigh out. It just doesn't weigh out. It doesn't weigh out,
Right.
you know. And 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 like I said before, I love my mama to death, man. My mama knew what she was talking about. I ignored a lot of things that she told me, point blank,
Yes.
plain and simple. It wasn't like, oh, well, he was raised. Like I went to a Catholic school. I went to Blessed Sacrament, 34th and Parallel.
I know where it's at. I
You
know
hear
where
me? I
I
went
ain't
to
never
Our
been
Lady of
there, but
St.
I know where
Rose
it's
on
at.
7th Quinduro. You dig what I say?
Yes, indeed.
I'm giving you real talk, man. You
Yeah.
know I love you. You know I ain't gonna, I'm giving you real talk, man.
That's all we
Straight
know.
up.
That's all we know. Yeah.
Yeah. Straight out the projects with that.
Right.
So, I had this whole conflict about who am I for number one? What am I supposed to be doing for number two? And this is a young man. This is an 8, 9 year, 8, 9, 10-year-old kid. What am I supposed to be doing here? What
Right.
is this?
Right.
This going to school thing. Tisha, what is all this about? And nobody really having set me down and told me who I am, what I'm
Right.
supposed to be doing.
Right.
There were no men around, and I was raised by a bunch of women.
Okay.
I
That's different because we
love
do
them. I
know.
love them all to death, but I'm just giving you the truth. I was raised by a
Yeah.
bunch of women,
Hey,
for
we
real.
know some stand-up guys who was raised by women. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean,
Yeah.
that part is I had some stand-up women that raised me.
Facts.
My mama was not a joke, you know what I'm saying? Uh and some of the things that she spoke about, some of the things that she gave me, then some of them I speak those things right now. Unconsciously, they are still there. Some of those things that she used to tell me, I'd be like, "Oh, mama, go ahead on now." Some of those same things I'm telling my grandson. I'm raising a grandson now. I
Yeah.
got a grandson in my house, 14,
Okay.
and you see what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And see, I can relate to that because as I was telling you when we started this interview,
uh,
I can hear things that the older homies like you, Doc, Pee Wee, God bless the dead, all them guys, they used to say when they would come to me, pull me to the side and talk to me. I was old enough to know better, but just young enough to not care at the time.
yeah.
So
Plus, you wasn't scared of nothing either.
no, no.
That was another thing. That was your problem. See, uh, see, I used to. I'm gonna tell you something. I can say it now because I'm an old man.
Right?
And if I had a whole group of y'all together, y'all know who y'all are.
Yeah.
I say I used to intimidate a whole lot of y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's how
Right.
I got y'all to do what y'all supposed to do.
Right. Right.
But you, Bujo, Rail,
Right.
or it's a list of y'all that I had to like, yeah, I had to think about. I just couldn't just bully y'all into doing what y'all was supposed to be doing.
But the respect was already there.
Well, y'all let me talk to y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all let me talk to y'all. Y'all let me
Yeah.
sit down at the table and tell you, hey man, you messing up, man. You need to get your
True.
act together.
True.
You cuss me out, but then you be like, all right, Pearl, you
Yeah,
know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
That's true.
Y'all let me do that. And
Right.
and
Right.
a lot of y'all, I mean, I know
Right.
50, 60 of y'all
Right.
that let me do that as a young age. Y'all let me
Yeah.
get in y'all's ear like that.
And I want to tell you today, I want to go on record publicly and tell you, for every time I cussed you out, I apologize.
No,
No,
man.
no, no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm wise enough now to know all you were trying to do was help me.
Okay.
Even when I was
Okay.
in my own way at the time, and you know it, like you said,
hmm
I didn't
hmm
fear nothing, I ain't fear nobody.
You did what you wanted
And,
to do for a
and,
long
and,
time.
and I was on go. But I thank you for being that stand-up homie in the trenches. Because you knew the grounds we was walking on.
I got you. I got you.
And for you to take the time, it's easy for a homie to say, you know what, man, let the little homies do them. You wouldn't do that.
You was from you was you if you stop and think about the timing in that, Gregory. You stop and think about the timing in that. You came in from our neighborhood, and when I say you from our neighborhood, we from the same neighborhood, bro.
Right?
And my thing was, okay, we're gonna stick together, but at the same time, for those of us that can hit the streets again,
Yeah.
we gonna make way for them to do that.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And that was part of us making a way for you. We knew you was gonna go sooner or later. You had people coming to the prison looking for you.
Yeah.
you
Yeah. And and and
you think we didn't love that? You think we
and
didn't love that for you? Come
being
on,
that
man.
we're on that topic right now, I'm gonna touch on this too. Because the fact that they allowed us to play basketball teams from the outside, and see, you and I know what we're talking about, but the viewers don't. So that's the
Right?
time when we were playing outside teams in basketball inside.
Inside, they were
And
bringing
those
teams
teams
in.
and those teams left and were trying to get me out of prison to play basketball at the time.
There was a Texas Christian University came to get this man,
Yes,
and the
indeed.
penitentiary told him nope.
And the problem with that was I had a situation when they told me no and almost crashed out. And I just got to tell you publicly once again, thank you for being there in that moment. Because had you not came, what, probably a minute or two,
Yeah, I
we
was
could,
out. I don't know. Some things happen just because they happen. You
yeah,
just can't explain them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I've got a million things in my life that have happened that I can't explain.
yeah,
And my thing is this, right? I don't want to throw God in there because you got a lot of other people that would deflect that situation. And you sitting in prison, you still hollering about God. You know what I mean? So there's even out here today when I talk to people and talk to people about my life, there are a million things that have happened in my life that I just can't explain to you.
right.
And if I give you the story, maybe you can explain it to me. Maybe you can explain
Understood.
it to
Understood.
me.
Understood.
You feel
Yeah,
me? Because look, like I told you about that decision that I made to change my whole life, that
yeah,
decision,
yeah,
I could have been killed that night. I
yeah,
ended up in the emergency room, shot 5 times,
yeah,
shot by KC's finest.
yeah,
You
yeah,
did. Why did I pull through that? How did I pull through that?
yeah.
That's a whole nother story. That's one of the things I can't explain to you. You feel me?
You know, I
So
feel you. Yeah,
yeah, so it's more, so it's way bigger than me just going to the joint and getting out the joint.
right.
You see,
Yes, indeed.
because the plan was for them, I wasn't even supposed to make it to the joint. I was supposed to die on 8th Street.
True story. That was their plan. That was their plan that night. That was
I'm just
their
giving
plan.
you real. I'm just
Yeah.
giving you real talk because here I am now. Uh, after having gone through all of this, man, and I'm 62. I turned 62 the 23rd of this month. This is all something I have no control over too as well.
You wearing that well, though, young fella. You wearing, hey, you
Thank
wearing
you,
that
man.
62. You wearing that 62
Hey,
well. Yeah.
man, see, another thing I can't explain.
Yeah.
You did.
Well, I'm gonna say it for you. I'm gonna say it is God. Because one thing I do know and I do firmly believe is just like when the parole board told me no and wouldn't let me go play basketball, when you had people from the outside trying to get me out, once again, making better choices. I have to first look, see back then compared to now. Now, first of all, when that pro guy on the pro board told me, if you wanted to play basketball, you should have been thinking about that when you were on the street.
If you want to play basketball, you shouldn't be here in the first place.
He was absolutely right. Today, he was absolutely right.
Can you swallow that truth now?
I can swallow it. I ain't gonna, yeah, I sure can. Yes, I can.
That's real, ain't it?
Because it's real life.
It's real.
What that man looked me in my eye and told me was the truth. If basketball is what I wanted to do, then I should have been playing basketball instead of thugging in them streets.
Instead of thugging in the streets. Straight
So
up.
that's, like I say, there's so many reasons why I decided to start doing this podcast. It's from lessons learned. And that's why I try to bring on my people who've also learned them lessons. See, we're not telling them what we see on the internet. We're not telling them what we watch on television. We're
No.
telling them from our shoes that we walked in.
You can look me up.
Yeah.
You can look me up.
Yeah.
And my thing is this as well. You don't go through something and then sit back after you make it through and then sit back and watch other people go through it, not say nothing.
And
somewhere in there, you got to let somebody know, hey, man, this is phony baloney, man. Somewhere in there, you got to let somebody know, hey, man, this ain't what we doing. Is we jamming ourselves up, man.
The goal for me is to understand that God kept me, whether I know it or not. Because like you said, my anger, my lack of fear for anything could have worked against me. However, I'm knowing that he kept me covered because the situations that I put myself in, that now when I look back, maybe I shouldn't have survived them things. Like you said, on 8th Street, you survived that because guess what? Look at all these years later, look what we're sitting here doing now.
Yeah.
Because
that's almost 30 years ago.
His plan is always bigger than our plan. Yeah. His plan is always bigger than our plan. And like I say, I think about that day that evening, I would say, when they told me no and the altercation kicked off. I'm just so today I am. Back then, I didn't even care. But I'm so thankful today that when you yelled both our names and said, y'all gonna kill him, because a few more stumps, ain't no telling what would have happened.
Yeah, see, and if I would have knew about that, that wouldn't even never happen in the first place. That should have never happened in the first place.
I agree.
See what I'm saying? And you see, and I could talk to you. I could say this to you. Once upon a time, there were rules to this.
Very true.
All that's out the window now.
Very true.
It used to be protocol.
Very true.
To this right here.
Very true.
Matter of fact, we had bylaws at one time where you had to know what the hell you was standing up for.
Yeah,
Not no more. All that faded out the window, man. So it boiled down to we gotta save ourselves.
yeah,
And it's still that situation right now. We gotta save ourselves, man. Because guess who's up on deck now?
yeah.
Your kids, your
You're right.
grandkids, and yeah, that's who's on
Right.
deck now.
You're right.
Like I said, I got a grandson in here.
Yeah.
Fight me every day.
And
Fight me every day.
I can relate to that.
You know what I mean?
Raising my boys, when it was just me raising my boys, and I had help off and on.
Of
However,
course you did.
for the most part, with me raising my boys, I look
Mhm.
at right now, my son's sitting there fighting the situation that he's fighting. And I hold myself more accountable because being that he was under my tutelage and my watch, he was trying to be what he heard I was. And it took my mother, his mother, my ex, my my homeboys, those that were close and around me on a daily basis, telling me he's trying to be you. They started naming things that I used to do. They started naming things they heard I did. They said, "Tell me what he's doing," and it rung true. I said, "He is trying to be me." So I sat him down and had a conversation with him. That boy was so set on this is what I'm doing. I saw myself. So I even tried to take the approach of when I was that age, how should somebody have approached me? I tried that approach. At the end of the day, like he told me, he said, "You got to get, I'm you." So remember when you used to try to talk to me? That's what it became. Me trying to talk to myself.
Wow.
And
That had to be a heck of an experience right there.
man, and right now he's 21. Yet it's like,
Yeah, he's a grown man.
yeah, he is. But it's like the situation started early. And that's why he and I recorded that song we did. That was before he got caught up in the situation he's in right now. But the song we did, Boy to a Man, I told him one day, I said, I want you to write a verse telling me how it was being raised by me. And I'm going to counter your verse telling you how it was raising you. So we wrote a song called Boy to a Man. And for about 30 days, I seen change in him. The song seemed to inspire him and light a different fire in him, right? But how quickly I learned what everybody was saying that I should have taken heed to, and I waited too late because now he was locked in on who he wanted to be. And
Hey, I understand that. I get that feeling. I'm a father too, but I'm also going I'm also here, baby. You got to do this thing again. I'm also gonna give you some reality, man. If that's what he's locked in on, that's what he's locked in on. You'd be surprised at the babies that are out here locked in on the same things that we was locked in on, in spite of knowing where it took us and what we went through. You know
exactly,
what I mean? And
exactly.
I told you, I was serious as a heart attack about this when I said this, man. I was You could tell me all you want. You could tell me this and tell me I was that dude. I'm gonna go. I'll see. I'm gonna go find out because I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Yeah, we'll see.
yeah,
And having that kind of attitude led me into doing more stupid shit, more stupid shit, more stupid shit.
yeah. I can
It's a
relate.
it's a program
Yeah,
that we give ourselves. We even lie to ourselves while we doing this stupid stuff. You know that.
right.
We lie to ourselves and justify why we did it. You know what I mean? I did a group at East High School, like a couple of years after I got out.
Okay.
And then I went to another high school and I did a group. Then I went to another high school and did a group. And I was finding out one of my first questions with these dudes, I got a group of young men in everywhere I go. My first question is how many of y'all got daddy in the house? And it's your daddy. That number was small, man.
Yeah.
Dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where everything starts. Right there in that loop right there. And I was one of them. I came from one of them.
Right.
So I could relate to looking for a man in the streets because that's where I was. And the men that I saw in the streets, they was on the same stuff I was on. How you think I got on what I was?
Exactly. I can relate. I can relate. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So when you got kids where you're doing the right thing by them, you got them in the right environment, and they're still finding a way to fight that and be who they want to be, you got to let that happen.
Yeah.
You got to let that happen.
True.
Like I got a 14-year-old I fight every day
Right.
about this or that or the other.
Right.
Sooner or later, I know he's gonna be a grown man.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what kind of grown man he's gonna be,
Right.
but I hope he's gonna be a grown man that has an understanding about humanity and loyalty and care about people and not be disrespectful and those types of things.
Right.
For the simple fact is, he didn't come from that. That ain't what you came from. So we just got to do the best we can with what we got.
Right.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I made my own decisions.
Right.
I hear people, I see people on the internet and hear people on the internet talking about this generation, why in this, why in that, why in that. What's crazy about that, man? To me, what's aggravating about that?
Talk to me.
These is y'all's babies we talking about.
Exactly.
These is y'all's babies.
Exactly.
And this is what y'all label them. So guess what you think they're gonna be? Guess what you think they're gonna act like?
Yeah.
These is y'all's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're
That's so
not
true.
doing our job.
And
Simple. It's simple.
and that little title that they're throwing out because it's trending, this YN, Tupac had a song called YN.
Yeah,
Talking
you
about
remember it?
it's nothing new, it's the same stuff he was talking about.
You remember it?
Yeah, like YN is not a new trend.
Nothing new about it.
Way back in the 90s, Me Against the World album. He got a
What?
song called YN.
What?
He's
There's
talking
nothing
about
new about it.
Yeah, he's talking about the same stuff.
You
Doesn't make
regurgitating
it right.
everything else. I tell my grandson every day, man, y'all regurgitating everything we've done. Only thing y'all doing is putting another name on it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And it's crazy because I remember growing up, we was calling them old heads. The OGs telling us that. Now here I am as an OG myself. It's like just a repeated cycle.
This is
So now it's like, okay, like tomorrow morning, I'm booked for a speaking engagement tomorrow morning.
uh-huh.
So like normally I don't even publicly talk about the stuff I do like this, but I'm just sharing. I go speak to some young individuals tomorrow, and I'll just leave it at that.
Congratulations on that.
That's stuff that I'm more into doing because it's like everything that we came from, we see them walking into that fire. We didn't been through that fire. So my goal now is to try to teach these kids a better way. We could tell them what we want to, but you got to, one, show them by example, and then two, resources are very important.
I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon with you about being the example. Excuse me.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You could talk till your face is blue. Even as an adult, if I'm speaking to you as an adult, adult to adult, I'm still looking at what you do. I could still care less about what come out your mouth.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I am not going to talk to you about my wife and issues at my house when you've been divorced 50 times.
Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
What
That
does
makes
that
a
look
lot of
like?
sense.
Why am I going to talk to you about grandkids? You had no kids.
Yeah,
Come on.
that makes
So
sense.
for a long time, we've gotten our advice from the wrong people. And right to this day, I think we suffer from getting our advice from the wrong people, people that we love, people that we care about, family members, all these things. But you got to remember, they can only give you the best of what they already got. And that may not be good enough for you to solve this issue.
That make a lot of sense, though. I like
You
that.
feel me?
Yeah,
You know, I may give you the best I got in what you asked me, but my understanding and my experience in this situation may be very, very limited. You know what I mean?
right.
Hmm?
I understand. Do you think men have enough safe spaces to talk about decision making and growth?
No, no. I'm gonna say it's a couple of things in that that's complex as hell. Okay, like okay, check this out right here, right now. What we doing right here, right now. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, now you also have individuals that well, what did you ask me before we started? Is it anything you wouldn't talk about?
Right.
Number two, uh, what makes us safe? What would make you safe?
Right.
Number three, you would think that 10 or 15 of us in a room would be the solution to help us find that safe place to talk about this and talk about that and deal with those issues. You would think that. But we're all not on the same level when it comes to sharing those experiences and reliving those experiences. Because each time we talk about something that happened back then, we reliving that thing, man. We feeling that thing.
That's true.
So a lot of us don't want to feel that at all. I mean, you know some guys that hid from that whole time. I know
Yeah.
some guys that hid from that whole time the
Yeah.
best way they could. You know, whether that was going to Peel Line or staying in segregation or whatever that was for them.
Yes.
There was individuals actually hiding from that experience, you know. And I'm not knocking that because that was, I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that, but that was the point I was trying to make earlier about uh your defense mechanisms or your defense mechanism. And we're only equipped to a certain degree to handle certain situations. I mean, everything ain't for everybody. We know that. We all ain't gonna handle the same situation the same way and all of that. We got proof of that all over the planet. You see.
Very true. And that was some people's method of coping. You're right. And
Yeah. Yeah. You think about that, man. How many people did you actually see? You like, damn, he really acting like that? You
yeah,
ain't never seen that boy act like that. You
yeah,
ain't never seen that boy do nothing or say nothing like that ever in his life. And what the heck am I seeing here?
yeah.
You
I
know,
remember.
it's the environment, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Now this question was kind of teetered on earlier, but now we'll answer it in whole.
Okay.
How do your choices impact the people closest to you?
Oh, wait, man. Yeah, we spoke on this one. See now, depending on your frame of mind, like I said before, depending on your frame of mind, depending on your empathy and your feelings, because you got to keep in mind as you grow, all these things start coming into play. While I was doing what I was doing, I was doing the best I could to not feel anything.
Right,
Especially when a lot of times I knew what I was doing was dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I was doing dead wrong.
right,
So I had to push my feelings to the side about it because if I don't do this, where else I'm gonna come up with this paper or whatever it was I needed? Because like I said, I didn't do nothing that I didn't benefit from.
right,
You feel me? So whatever that was.
right.
So if you go back to that, I'll give you something that's hilarious. It
Okay,
goes along with your basketball.
okay,
It goes along with your basketball.
right.
If you cared about basketball that much, you wouldn't even be here. How many times have you heard that about somebody's kids? Well, I was doing that for my kids. I was out in the streets for my kids. I was hustling for my kids. Huh?
Yeah, we have
How many stories have you heard about that?
plenty. I mean, I come
Yeah,
from I come from that directly.
yeah,
I can relate. Growing up like that, I can relate.
yeah. So in my mind, because I did it myself, I had three sons. I was still out there being a clown. I had three sons.
Right?
You understand me?
Yes.
And I didn't little Glenn, Aaron, Elijah Wan, none of them changed me.
Right.
Not a single one of them changed me. I wound up in the penitentiary with all of them
Mm.
out there on the streets
Yeah.
because it was me. I had cut all that off. I can't feel out here. I can't love nobody out here. I can't love nothing out here. And in reality, you know what that was, man. I know what it is now. I'm old enough to tell you what it is now.
What was it?
Fear,
Right.
out there scared to death
Okay.
because didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I already told you this earlier. No direction. Number two, I knew I was supposed to have some money.
Right.
I knew that.
Right.
Number three, whatever kind of play that comes along, if it's really about money, jump on the bandwagon. That was my thought process.
Yeah.
And that was everybody else's thought process because somehow, some way, we thought money was going to save us from ourselves, pretty much.
So very true.
Because once we start banging and acting a damn fool, our best was out the window anyway. You
You
know
right.
that.
You right. You right.
Money didn't mean nothing after that.
You right. And I can just piggyback that a little bit to say when I was still hustling, it took somebody pulling up on me at a gas station, thinking I was Dolo in the whip,
Love.
trying to cop.
Yeah.
And it took me leaning back to let him see my sons were in the car.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, he's apologizing. The moment I pull off, it took me hearing my son say to me, Dad, we've been knowing you do that. All the while, I'm thinking that they don't know the fact that they told me we've been knowing you do that.
This ain't no secret.
I shut it
This ain't
down.
no secret.
But I will say this, that made me shut it down. That made me stop. Because I'm thinking I'm being discreet with my movement.
Right.
We've been knowing you do that. I quit. Stop doing it. I'll ask you this. What kind of example do you want to set for younger men watching you today?
Oh man. What kind of it? Look here. I went back. I told you I got a 14-year-old grandson. This is a grandson, you
Yes,
did.
indeed.
Uh this the way I really feel about that, right? I'm gonna give this to you. I had kids of my own when I went to the penitentiary. I told you that I left 3 boys out in the street.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to raise none of them.
Mm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in the penitentiary 20 years and knowing my sons are out there. Lost one while I was in the penitentiary.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
lost my baby boy, 18 years old, fighting over a girl. Some cat shot him over a girl.
wow.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dig? So when we talk about these kids, man, yeah, been there, done that. Now I got this 14-year-old in here.
Mm-hmm.
Had a big falling out with his mom, but you know, it is what it is. Been there. I've
Right.
been there. So like I feel that this is a second chance for me
Yes.
to do what I didn't do the first time.
Yes.
And I think that those rewards only come to people that have earned them.
Yes.
That's why I look at that, man, because I live in things, listen to this carefully. I live in things that I can't explain. You understand me? We go back to what I can't explain.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to project to any young man that you don't have to go along with everything that's going. Don't be afraid of who you are or where you come from.
Right.
Even though you get ridiculed for it, even though you're going to get laughed at, any of those things, it shouldn't matter because regardless, as little kids, that's what we do. We laugh and joke and play around and talk about each other, and that's what we do. But in that whole situation, all the way up through high school, college, even as adults, we got grown men out here still don't know who the hell they are.
Very true.
You
Very
got to
true.
know who you are. You got to know your limits. You can't be following Charlie because, you know, whatever. You can't be following Ronnie because you got to do what you do for you. You got to make that fit for you. I tell a story. You got time?
Yes, of
You
course.
got time?
Of course.
Everybody need to hear this story.
Talk about it.
Everybody need this story.
Talk about it.
You got $1 million and you take that $1 million and you go out and you help everybody in the family. You help people you don't know. Splurge that million on just helping people. They will call you a damn fool.
Yeah.
You take that same $1 million, them same people, and you just look out for you. They're going to call you a selfish bastard.
True again.
Moral of the story, you can't please everybody all the time.
Very true.
Be yourself, man.
Very true.
That's my
Everybody
thing.
else
Be
is
yourself.
already taken. Be
In,
yourself because everybody else is already taken.
in spite of who you disappoint, in spite of somebody trying to make you be somebody else, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, be the best you can be. That's the fight. The battle within is you, the lower you and the higher you. Which one do you feed the most? You know, do you feed the higher self the most, or do you feed the lower self the most? Because it shows in what you do, not what you say.
That sound right there. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah. What if you feed the higher self, it's going to show in everything you do. everything you do. If you feed the lower self, it's gonna show in everything you do, right back, right back,
Very
right back.
true.
So yeah, yeah.
You dropping gems right now. You dropping gems. So I would say this in conclusion of this first interview, this being part one.
Mhm.
Is there any advice you would like to give to any of our young to elders that'll be watching this show? And that's
Oh
anything.
yeah, yeah.
That's anything.
Elders too, youngsters and elders too.
Yes.
We gotta start taking better care of each other.
Speak.
We gotta quit supporting each other in foolishness. We gotta stand up against foolishness when we see it and speak out against it. And we gotta support each other when we doing good. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you despise him, you don't like him. That's a problem. We got issues with individuals that look like us. And we need to cut that shit out.
It does need to stop. I like
I
that.
don't care what neighborhood you come from. I don't give a
Very true.
damn what neighborhood you come from. I don't care who your mom is. You dig what I'm saying? There's right and there's wrong. Period.
No in between.
Period.
I like that. I like that.
You can justify your bullshit all you want to.
That's all you will be doing is justifying.
Yeah, I know best. I know best when it get.
I can relate
I
myself.
know best.
I can relate. But I would say this. It has been an extreme pleasure having you on the show. You came through and dropped some gems. I'm looking forward to the next time we get together and do this again. And more than likely, I'll have my co-host with me next time. And we're going to really sharpen each other's mind. And we're going to continue to reach out to our communities and be of service to them.
I'm with it, man. I love you.
I love you too.
Congratulations on everything you're doing.
I appreciate that. And oh yeah, my new single is out. All About You.
I think you sent it to me. I was at work. I haven't heard it yet, but I got it. Yeah.
It's streaming on all major platforms right now. The big homie, All About You. It's for the ladies and for us fellas to sing to our ladies.
I'm with it.
It's one of them ones.
I got you.
All right, until next time, this has been Glenn Pearl and Greg Wells on Making Better Choices. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.